What's going on, y'all? Country Gaming Network here, bringing you another episode of our Magic Mondays Deck Tech Reviews. Sorry if you hear an AC in the background or if you hear my dogs. It's hot here in Florida, so I need AC. But with that, today we're going to be going over one of my favorite decks that I've played quite a bit, and it's actually pretty good. It's from the deck box you could see, it's a Dragons deck. So let's go ahead and get off into it. We'll start with our artifacts first. I run 2 soul rings. So that's for 1 mana. You play it and you can add 2 colorless to your mana pool. So we run 2 of those. It's very nice. That needs to go in the back. I run 2 Urza's Incubators. For 3 colorless, it's an artifact. When it comes into play, choose a creature type. Creature spells of the chosen type cost 2 less play. So that's you say dragons when it comes into play, and boom, every dragon you have in this deck costs 2 less play, 2 colorless less play. So that's really good. We run 4 of Dragon Arc. This goes really well with Soul Ring. For 5 colorless mana. Please focus so I can show this card off. There we go. 5 colorless mana. You tap 2 colorless, tap this, put a multicolored creature from your hand into play. So basically that's just what it is. You tap a Soul Ring, you tap this, any colorless or any multicolored creature in your hand gets to come into play for free. So we run 4 of those. That's it for our artifacts. So now we're going to go into our enchantments. I think we only run 2 enchantments in here. Crucible of Fire for 3 in a red. Dragon creatures you control get +3/+3. That's always good. And then Dragon Tempest for 1 in a red. And whenever a creature with flying enters the battlefield under your control, it gains haste until on turn. When a dragon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals X damage to target creature or player, where X is the number of dragons you control. So both of those are pretty decent. Now we're on to our instants and sorceries. Channel the Suns. This is a multicolored deck, by the way. I got all 5 colors in here. I may not use all 5 colors, but I've got all 5. For 3 and a green, add 1 of each mana to your mana pool. So that's pretty good. Run 4 of those. Those come in handy for certain creatures. We run 4 Seething Songs. For 2 and a red, add 5 mana to your mana pool. Obviously that's good. You're getting 2 extra mana for that. This card has saved me numerous times when I had no creatures or was mana flooded or something of that nature and needed to win with this card. It came through. For 2 and a red, Sarkhan's Triumph. Search your library for a dragon creature card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. This card has saved me so many times because if you don't have the right dragons you need, boom, you play this, you can go find whatever dragon you want to. And if you're playing a mirror matchup, you're playing against another dragon deck, I have a card in here that will demolish any other dragons deck you're playing, or anybody that has a dragon in their deck. But we'll get to that shortly. I run 1 Dragon Master Outcast for 1 red. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 6 or more lands, put a 5/5 red creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Yeah, that's sick because you're more than likely going to always have 6 or more lands. So that's really good. I run 2 Dragon Speaker Shamans for 1 and 2 red. Dragon spells you cast 2 less. So definitely getting cheap price there. I run 4 Dragon Lord Servants. That's just another for 1 in a red. Dragon spells you cast 1 less to play. So it's really good. I run 1 Dragon Soul Knight. So I mean it's decent, but this is where your Channel of the Sun comes into play if you have it. It's for 2 in a red. It's got first strike, and then if you tap 1 of each color mana, until in turn Dragon Soul Knight becomes a dragon, gets +5/+3, and gains flying and trample. So it becomes a 7/5. So that's not bad at all. So, sorry about that. I'm trying to pick up stuff that my dogs are chewing on. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure. So that's a pretty good card. We run 1 Rorik's Bladewing for 3 and 3 red. It has flying and haste, and it's a 6/5. Pretty decent. Now we're into the dragons, by the way. Also, guys, leave me comments in the comments below. What kind of dragons would I add into this deck besides the ones that I have? I run one 2-headed dragon for 4 and 2 red flying, and you tap one in a red. 2-headed dragon gets +2/+0 until end of turn. It can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. It may block an additional creature, so this can block 2 creatures at once, and it can't be blocked unless it's blocked by 2 creatures, so it's pretty good. One Moonveil Dragon for 3 and 3 red flying. Each creature you control gets +0/+1 until end of turn. That's to tap for red, so it has like fire breathing for every creature you have, so that's not bad. Dramoka the Eternal for 3 and a green and a white. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, bolster 2. So that's really good if you have it on the field. Every time a dragon attacks, you get to put 2 counters, 2 +1/+1 counters on any creature you want. So Teneb the Harvester for 3 a black, green and a white flying, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 3. If you do, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So you can steal other people's dragons, or other people's creatures, or your own creatures. So that's really good. One Hellkite Charger for 4 and 2 green, or 2 red, sorry, flying in haste, and whenever it attacks, you may pay 7. If you do, untap all creatures, and after this phase, there's an additional combat phase. So basically, you can get 2 combat phases out of that. That's really good. Foe-Raiser Regent for 5 and 2 green, flying, and when it enters the battlefield, you may have it fight target creature you don't control. Whenever a creature you control fights, put 2 1/1 counters on it, and at the beginning of the next end step. So that's a decent dragon, but I run 2 of the Broodmate Dragons flying. When it comes into play, put a red 4/4 dragon creature token with flying onto the battlefield, and it costs 3 a black, a red, and a green, so that's decent. And this is one of the best dragons in the deck. Dragon Lord Kolaghan for 4 a black and a red. Flying haste, other creatures you control have haste. Whenever an opponent casts a creature or planeswalker spell with the same name as a card in his or her graveyard, that player loses 10 life. So really, really good. And here is Bladewing, Rorik's Bladewing, but he is dead. He is zombie dragon now. And this card has saved me before too. For 3, 2 black, and 2 red. When it enters the battlefield, you may return dragon permanent card from your graveyard onto the battlefield. So let's say this is in the graveyard, or let's just say this is in your hand, and you play it's in your library. You know, you play a Sarkhan, the Triumph, pull him out, use your Soul Ring and multicolored thing there, boom, drop him down. You have, let's say, this creature card in the graveyard, which it was in the graveyard one time when I played. I used this, dropped this, pulled him out. Everyone had haste. Boom, I swung in for 10 damage right there. So that's a really good combo. I should get more of those Bladewing, the Risens, and put them in this deck, but it's a legendary creature, so. And this is the meat of the deck. This is why your mirror match would be so good. Karthus, Tyrant of Jund. 4 a black, a red, and a green. Flying haste. When Karthus, Tyrant of Jund, comes into play, gain control of all dragons, then untap all dragons. Other dragon creatures you control have haste. So, yeah, you're playing a dragon deck. Yeah, you're not going to win against this card, because you're taking all their, and it's not like as soon as this creature goes out of play, you lose all dragons. No, you take their dragons and you permanently get to keep them. So that's really, really, really good. And that's it, guys. For land base, we run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 swamps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forests. 2 Dragon Skull Summits. Basically, it's when it enters the battlefield, unless you control a swamp or a mountain, it taps 4 Tranquil Coves, and 2 Crucibles of the Spirit Dragon, and 1 Temple of the False God. But alright, that's it, guys, for this deck tech. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Try it out, play it, and let me know. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see y'all later.